What's going on, guys? Welcome to Trucking into the Industry. And today we're going to talk about the traditional truck driver mindset versus the more new generation truck driver. So what I mean by that, you often think like older truck drivers with more experience versus new truck drivers with no experience. But that's not exactly what I mean by that. I mean exactly what I just said. Traditional truck driver thinking process versus a newer generation truck driver thinking process. And so, you know, it's all about what you're exposed to. So, when I started trucking around 2017, 2018, when I got into the industry, there were lots of complaints like, oh my God, trucking is not what it used to be. It's not the same anymore. you know they're not paying nothing, and it's not worth anything. But most of the time those were new truck drivers that had no idea about trucking in the business, and there were experienced truck drivers that had no idea about trucking in the business. And so oftentimes it kind of led me confused, but I paid attention to the complaints. And so I had no earthly idea that like truck drivers used to drive without logs. So just something very small like an ELD, electronic log, it pretty much pissed off most truck drivers just by that small detail. And then oftentimes you had to take your breaks in between your rest. Like I didn't know people were out here driving with no rest. Until I started hearing truck drivers say, "Wow, I can't believe they're making us stop and rest for 10 hours straight. I don't need 10 hours. I'm ready to go after 5 hours." I didn't know that. So you know, but as I've matured in the industry and also the business, I'm looking more towards, self-driving trucks for as safety, uh, and able to drive more hours. Those little small things. I didn't say that it's gonna, just cure everything, but those smaller details shows you the difference between the two different drivers. And so, I just broke that down that quick because you don't have long to really explain something on a 3-minute video, but you get the picture. Okay, you get the picture. I'll drop another video down as well, but I'll holler at you guys.